Oh, bisa.
Sampai mulai beli jadi streamer.
Udah. Gue streaming
Jadi
YouTube aja.
streamer sekarang harus promosiin parfum ya, dong. Iya dong. Biar laku, biar kayak Mas Ade.
Ini gue pengen beli, cuman gue nggak tahu mau beli apaan. Gue pengen beli ini sih,
Istri.
apa?
Dino Party.
Johan Malik.
Johan Mali. Kelas.
Enak marah itu.
Enak.
Oh ya. Sama alchemis yang apa ya? Mojo itu.
Gak tahu.
Ini min 1. Gue open rec aja lah. Gimana sih cara open rec?
Ya, bener aja ntar Armor habis Magic Chess main. Emang nggak ada ini apa namanya? Apa? Kalau streamer apa namanya? Oh, VIP. Ya, mabar VIP. Ini kan udah mabar followers. Iya.
Sama subscriber.
Sama subscriber itu udah sama subscribe.
Loh, bentar. Kenapa ini gua nggak gerak video gua?
Nanti udah tuh, guys.
Siapa?
Tahu siapa deh 01 Gaming?
Udah. Nggak bisa, nggak ada.
Ada jing. Don't act like you forgot. Lu belum gue cuci dah. Hah? Pupuk sampah anjing. Lu cuci itu udah masih bau anjing.
Kok ML gua nggak bisa muncul di streamingan?
Dulu nih yang ngesenggol dong. Udah tahu dah ini. Saya coba gue cek. Oh, udah nggak jadi live di TikTok.
Ntar dulu mau nyoba di YouTube ya dulu. Kalau di YouTube udah lancar baru mau TikTok. Tadi gua TikTok nggak bisa live YouTube. Nggak ada konten nanti gua. Konten nge-carry. Apa ya?
Gue ngeliat kok tengah tangan lo panas. Agak juga panas sih.
Band apa sih? Busa.
Mau tahu gue.
Ini gimana sih anjing?
Kalau di Epic sih ngebandnya Harley dong.
Oh gitu.
Oh,
Gatot dong. Gak tahu.
boleh.
Kamu nggak pakai
Boleh
Gatot?
Gatot.
Kamu first pick?
Bingung.
Oh, di band juga.
Ini sama ini.
Aku Poveus.
Lah, ini apa sih? Sebel banget gua.
Poveus.
Naik dong. Siapa nih? Oveus dulu deh.
Udah, tahu emang. Ya udah. Itu bilang sakit. Ini gue bilang gue emang sakit sih. Bukan maksudnya waktu itu dia. Jadi besok kalau WFH. Enggak, terus kata Bu Devi masuk gak besok? Gue bilang masuk. Bisa besok lagi repot-repot kan serius. Terus mati kan gue. Cing mulai wanita anjing males banget gue cing. Ini cantik semuanya.
Nah,
Ya bisa udah paling mantep.
nah.
Ya
Ada
sini
nih.
orang akal saya kayak begini. Ah, ngepick dong.
Apaan ya?
juga
Jungle.
apa?
Alpha, 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 mana alpha? Suaranya nggak masuk, bro.
Masuk anjing tuh ya. Kebayang suara gua.
Suara ML.
Oh, di banget dari streamer ya.
Suaranya cuman oh, di sininya nih pasti nih. Audio device. Output desktop audio direct sound. Salah. Nah,
Jangan.
tadi bunyi-bunyi ting ting. Nah, nah. Coba sekarang gue live TikTok. Bisa nggak tuh? Go live. Wah, mau meledak anjing laptop komputer gue.
Coba dah. Anjing mana ini berulang anjing anjing cakep. Happy dia party anjing.
Nggak bisa ya.
Tumpengan anjing. Anjing kepotnya kita.
Wah, nggak bisa, Cok.
Mau gue bantuin buat Pokemon air nih dong.
Mau lah.
Wah jadi mau bantu ini aja.
Nggak bisa, nggak bisa, nggak bisa.
Kok dia kesini-sini sih? Nggak lihat ini ada siapa ini di sini?
Lihat sabar ya.
Aduh, diambil. Enggak, ding.
Sama gue nih.
Kok gue nggak level 4?
Harap kali, Cok.
Pokoknya nih Valen anjing. Aduh anjing, goblok gua.
Dia retri, Cok.
Mau terbang. Bawah rame tuh ada 3 orang.
Streamingan gue apa kabar nih?
Petri,
Anjir! Sorry, sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Barusan stop kotak aku kebakar.
Hah?
Enggak.
Kok bisa?
Kan?
Apa?
Kan?
Oh, ini live ML-nya diem aja dia. Nggak jelas dah. Nggak bisa gue kontenin dong. Padahal udah 302 gini.
Nah, rewel nih orang.
Si gila nggak bisa.
Mati dong gua.
Nah, ya udah.
Gua kira Gilang masih dekat gua, anjing Lorde masih dekat gua. Total. Wah,
Shoot rame banget itu. Ya nggak kena. Ya dia udah flicker kupranya cok. Waduh, flicker lagi anjing. Waduh, flicker Tigreal Tigreal.
selalu maju sana ini. Salah. Orang di ujungnya bau banget tuh.
Dia gitu tahu. Apa enggak? Oh iya.
Oh ini tuh gunanya buat apa? Ada gajah-gajahannya ini kan? Nggak tahu mah. Oh bagusnya nggak guna.
Rizalnya di mana tadi? Oh, itu dia.
Cima.
Anjing gue nggak bisa ulti dah.
Tumianya.
Aduh sakit banget anjing.
Apa info gua mau main C sama lagi.
Apaan sih ini ya Allah.
Aduh.
Oh, bukan kan Martis.
Enggak, berat juga. Mau main C. Aku main C tuh. Goblok anjing muka gue dikasih lupa anjing. Ya udah aja dia. Oh, udah cas kan.
Harus ada
Flicker najis.
Ini sering. Gak tahu. Semua nggak tahu sakit.
ada terus. Wih.
Mau sembilan plus sembilan. Mati udah.
Ya mati. Cuman dapet lah satu.
Tank anjing. Nggak worth it nggak sih?
Aduh dah ini dah. Kenapa dah?
Aduh.
Pusing banget gua. Kenapa nge-lag ini? Udah sono gue nggak mau live TikTok bikin nge-lag. Apa sih Martisnya juga sotoy banget. Gue ditempelin.
Aduh, nggak ada badan lagi.
Aduh sakit banget ini. Kena fake sana. Fake sana Valentina.
aja. Nah, ini dia nih keluar nih.
Apa sih nggak bisa masuk?
Wait.
Annoying banget nih anjing mas.
Valentinanya dulu, Cok.
Udah bang.
Iya, Valentin sudah dapat ditangkap tuh tapi tuh.
Aduh, aku jadi nggak ikut war. Ya.
Son. Selamat lewat.
Ada Valentina nih masuk. Udah mundur aja.
WIM waktu Indonesia just
Udah, nggak bisa aku.
Iya mundur aja makanya. Dapat nggak sih? Anjing nggak mati juga, Cok.
Udah nggak bisa diwarin kalau nggak itu mah.
Valentina nggak mati juga anjing.
Cepet baca Mia.
ngerti.
Udah selesai.
Ngomong salah pas anjing.
Salah.
Liquid win kan?
Batas.
Lah kok itu ada anak-anaknya ini ngortek?
Baru, Bro.
Kan revenge.
So now spending and something fast so
Panik tuh Valentinanya anjing. Wah, Mia-nya lagi.
Awas Mia.
Nah, mati anjing Valennya.
Mati tuh.
Hah?
Sendiri nggak sih tuh?
Nggak ada.
Ya.
Enggak ya? Sendiri kan?
Oh, dia di belakang.
Aduh, flicker masih ada ya.
Sakit.
Udah mandar masuk.
Banget anjing. Itu anaknya naik.
Waduh, anjing. Oke, Mianya mati.
Tentang baik. Itu mati tuh, bantuin lah.
Oh, ya.
Upload itu.
Tunggu dulu. Ini bersihin dulu. Ya udahlah, diambil itu udah.
Belum.
Terus satu lagi.
Aduh, shot sih.
Buset. Sini.
Karet itu, itunya.
Alasnya ada.
Ya, dia retri, Lord apa enggak? Masih pasti.
Hilang aja. Ini Valen nih.
Susah nggak sih? Balik aja nggak sih? Gue mau split push.
Nah, Allah, udah dikit semua itu darahnya.
Ini udah tanjur.
Itu nggak semua.
Mau Lord biar ini maju dulu dah.
Nggak ada pala-pala tuh.
Nggak bisa.
Iya, biar dia panik aja deh. Ini anjing sakit banget.
Iya. Duh, ketarik.
Aduh, anjing.
Nah, Tuhan nabinya ya sendiri.
Siapa anjing? Aduh. Laptop. So disobey the show. Sih, aku nggak dapet tele dong, goblok kan? Salah. Cek sana, aduh.
Aduh.
A clumsy work in progress.
Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
Pakai ini dah.
Yang hilang tuh.
Sabar. Mia udah ulti ya?
Has been slain.
Bisa aku nggak sih?
Been destroyed.
Mundur
Iya,
dulu aja.
Mia.
Kenapa masih war? Sabar
Itu
dulu.
tetap maju, Terizanya sakit.
Iya, dia masih ada, masih banyak nggak sih ininya, resource-nya. Oke, bisa dulu. Oke. Mampus lu, gua kasih Athena lu, anjing.
Understood.
Synchronization
Our inhibitor
complete.
turret is under attack.
Oh, nggak apa-apa, dan di asteroid baru cupik banget. Sejak kapan dia nggak ada ini? Betul.
I am not
Itu nggak mau kan udah rame ini.
Sinyal gua.
Januar dulu dah.
Initiate retreat.
operate the system.
Kita menunggu kesalahan Valentina.
What are you? Beta.
Balik bro. Gua mau nge-push ini. Serius dapet kah?
Mia mati.
Oke, nice tuh.
Bisa deh. Bisa nih, gua badanin, ayo.
Ini gua datang nih di belakang nih.
Valentina.
Tuh, mana nih?
Iya.
Untuk ngadep. Ada. Boy.
Oh iya.
No flesh or blood.
Kok harus dimakan dia? Kalau aja dari SMP ke lupa. Udah pernah Mas Leo berarti.
Bisa nggak?
Langsung spam EZ.
Anjing. Lego connect semua jing.
Iya, untung aja.
Kalau itu ya bisa nggak di kanan? Yang berarti. Emang tadi pas dia kena Lego dia nggak ngilang san?
Dia lagi nge-clear minion, Hanabinya nyamperin, pas Hanabi nyamperin udah kena lele, jadi langsung gue ituin. Udah
Mati langsung.
nyamperin dia.
Skor
Langsung
1-0 padahal nggak ada streamingannya.
Ya Allah 5,9 anjing streamer gua.
Sibuk bro, sibuk.
Ini sibuk mikirin streamingan sih. Malah Magic Chess ini apa more udah bisa. Yang tadi dong ikut catering aku bukan yang ngisi paket malah pakai buat nonton TikTok doang.
Dia nggak bisa.
Wah, kamu pengen ngabisin paket
Lah,
gua aja kan?
Iya.
invite dong. Salah gua, salah.
Valen mau ikut nih Valen. Gue di invite. Gue di invite Valentina anjing.
Iya sama, gua juga. Salah.
Gila ya.
Goblok anjing.
Kenapa?
Gue juga mau dong ngomong solid info kan.
Ada sih streamingannya.
Saya aja udah main ngering dan udah dewasa, cowok yang dewasa tuh main MC dewasa. Belajar langsung anjing. Lu berapa sih deh? Berempat. Kalau gue roaming, nggak boleh cing. Roaming gua
Ya timpa aja.
Selena tuh udah mau masuk ini mau pulang ke sekolah.
Aku nggak mau Laila Han.
Pamulang. Kenapa Pamulang?
Kira waktu itu gue masih pamulang pas daftar lokasi. Some mistakes get made, it's alright, it's okay. Anjing kalau orang main cowok cepet banget ya slotnya ya, tanya anjing. Bisa aja anjing, cowok tuh commander paling balance. Cowok commander paling balance.
Please
Ada
ban
commander
a
yang
hero.
gak balance, apa ada? Pale anjing.
1-1.
Betul. Waduh sih, betul cacat anjing commander cacat.
Yang udah siapa ya?
Berobat dah, lain ini.
Ben bro. Ben. Link.
Your team is banned.
Anjing Iduli minta Ben Valentina anjing.
Gak jelas banget.
Sekarang dia udah gak sebel sama Zazit kan sebel sama Valen so.
Bandnya masih personal anjing.
Fanny aja deh. Ya aja deh Fanny aja.
Please pick a hero.
Susah anjing pakai Poveus. Anjing.
Gatot.
Anjing.
Lah, Gatotnya di ban.
Tenang aja, aku takut.
Ya udah naik dong.
Yang gue cegil anjing.
Tetap. Ada
I
badan.
am not the only one bound
The
by
enemy
these
is
chains.
Uranus.
Come on, let's roll!
Come on. Let's roll. Lah, Suyo di ban ya? Aduh.
Hope will find a way.
Mampus,
Even
main
with
apa lu?
my lord.
Main apa lu lang?
Aurora lah.
Oke, udah.
Aurora lah.
Fleeting as a snowflake's breath, as timeless as a glacier's heart.
The enemy is picking.
Tipis banget dong.
Balmon.
Coba
Almond anjing. Bane.
Balmon lagi di buff.
lihat dulu.
Ngopi dah, tapi udah jam 10. Mau gue bikinin. Ya kopi dulu aja.
Greatest night show of all time.
Pick a hero.
Kopi Starbucks ini kapsul. Sebenarnya masih ada. Ada. Anjing gak expired date. Enggak, udah baru beli lagi. Gue baru beli lagi. Lu mau pilih tuh nih? Nyokap gue yang beli. Ah yalah Harley. Anjing gak suka Harley.
Wait.
Nah itu tuh
Bobol lagi. Mas. Ya,
Sancho never stay. The enemy is
Gimana
sands
dah,
of a
kamu nggak
guilt.
bisa lari, itu ada Johnson.
Nah,
Iya, kali.
imun. Ngaruh nggak sih imunnya, Mor?
Siapa?
Imunnya Hanabi
Mor,
sama Johnson.
ditanya.
Sun rises when I give the
Ngaruh sama
word.
Johnson. Ngaruh lah.
Nggak ketabrak.
Gua ketabrak. Enggak. Soalnya kan di JPO nyebrang. Nyebrangnya di JPO soalnya.
Hanabi jancok.
Males ya. Terus.
Anjing, kenapa gitu dah sih Dila?
Ini ngedown ini ketemu Harley.
Padahal dia
Mau dong.
nggak langsung mati ya kalau masih ada pasif.
Iya, malah susah kalau lu pakai Vexana lah.
Win 1. Gila. Jam berapa sih Barca mainnya? Dikit lagi bukannya ya?
Pagi. La Liga bisa pagi nggak sih?
Kagak, jam 10. Jam 10 apa berapa ya?
Si match pasti menang ini udah ditonton.
Itu ini bro, rival
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
dalam kota.
Athena perlu nggak Athena?
All troops deployed.
Belum.
Higanbana will guide the lost souls.
Tuh, berarti gue sebetulnya bisa live TikTok ya, cuman komputer gue aja nggak kuat berarti ya. Nggak perlu
Si anjing komputernya
follower 1000. Anjing udah fikir. Udah, kita zoning aja. Masih mau maju? Apa maksudnya?
Bang, maju bang.
Apa maksudnya coy?
Bodoh anjing.
Miss.
You win some, you lose some. Now I understand.
Han, minion gua Han.
Jadi sehat.
Iya.
Hilang 1 anjing, oh enggak deh.
Sehat.
Mana nggak kelihatan?
Hellblade.
Ya Allah, depan muka.
Berhenti anjing dia, berhenti tengah jalan tiba-tiba. Jahat banget.
An.
Let's go.
Anjing.
Mati dong gua. Iya kagak anjing. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. Indonesia.
Duh.
An enemy has been slain. Request backup. Okay.
Ya ulti bang.
Ult is ready. Request backup. Ally has
mati
been
gua.
slain. The enemy has
Ya,
slain the
gimana sih
turtle.
retrinya Esme?
Burn. Ally has been
Blue.
slain.
Nah, diambil tuh merahnya.
We forge ahead.
Info Harley.
Jauh.
Johnson ya. Johnson, os.
Di gua. Aduh, kena gua. Bahkan.
Fear. It drowns you in the dark river of your mind.
Oh, ini anak setan ini main apa tuh?
Lusting
Gila,
for
ini
power
kuat.
makes them weak.
Tuh anjing jahat banget tuh Adit tuh. Sumpah Adit jahat banget.
I always remember my enemies.
Pantesan pada bilang gue dimakan dia, anak setan.
Setan. Adit anjing.
Ya si Harley ya.
Johnson. Baik dulu.
Selesai.
Dalam tower saja.
私に加護を制圧する。
Ini semua nih.
Johnson ke tengah itu lang, awas lang. Mana sih Johnsonnya?
Lagi ke aku dulu. Oh, tuh.
Gimana mau ini kagak punya rumah ini.
Aduh, flicker anjing. Dapat gak sih? Gue terus basic attack nih. Anjing, flicker cok.
Dazzling.
Ya, mati dong gua. Oh enggak deh.
Enggak. Balik. Dia mati. Bangnya.
Anjing. Mati gak sih? Nice.
Mati.
Dipaksa gitu gua.
Ayo udah ini bang.
Tim monyet. Minggir lu miskin.
今夜は月が綺麗ね。
Ally has been
Ya
slain.
Allah.
An ally has slain the
Panik
turtle.
dikit.
An ally has been slain.
Ya Allah, balik.
An ally has
Ya
been
gue
slain.
makan
An enemy
gitu.
has been slain.
Bener dari
制圧する。赤影の力。
Itu balik.
gue anjing. Ini si monyet itu guys.
Hellblade.
Gue XP-nya nggak, XP-nya paling miskin lagi sial.
Ya anak mobil mulu ini
The shore
bodoh.
is never as far away as it
Wah,
seems.
anjing.
私制圧する。
You have been slain.
Di burst cok, ada Harley.
Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Mobil gue anjing.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Diam, ente.
今夜は月が綺麗ね。
Si Adit monyet begini, monyet. Gue ngeliat dia mau kayak gitu. Aduh.
彼岸花。私に加護を。
An enemy has been slain.
Harley. Wah, anjing, mampus, bukan gua.
Killing spree.
制圧する。
Good game.
私に加護を。
Kalau nggak ada
Ituan.
Surrender. 私に加護を。
Initiate retreat has been destroyed.
ikan. Mau peran nggak?
Boleh aja.
Apa ya?
Itu ke kamu ya,
Itu
nggak
masih
usah
jauh.
ya, ke turtle aja.
私に加護を。
The enemy has slain the turtle.
制圧する。You win some, you lose some. Now I understand. 制圧する。
Ally has been slain.
Anjir, langsung.
Enemy rampage. Our turret is under attack.
The moon is my best companion. 私に加護を。
Diam. Monyet, Adit monyet.
Harley-nya di tengah sih. Tapi udah ke bawah nih kayaknya nih ya. Belum ya.
Mampus sulit.
Our turret is under attack.
Ini 8 dan 7 semangat.
Mobil ke bawah, mobil.
Awas.
私に加護を。
Our turret is under attack.
I always remember my enemies.
Wah, anjing, Harley-nya kenapa sih?
Rampage.
Pinter gue ya.
Shut down.
Gue 10 lebih sama konten.
Killing spree.
Aduh.
Our turret is under attack.
Wow.
Apa emang Harley lagi dipakai lagi?
Agak. Oh
今
iya
夜
anjing.
は月が綺麗ね
Bisa ya.
Udah lah, dia suka ikut Johnson loh.
Gue nggak bisa nih sendiri nih.
Lusting for power makes them weak.
Diculik pasti anjing sama Harley.
I'm not fixated on winning.
Defense mage.
Defense lagi.
Has been slain.
Bukan MM.
Iya, bikin Athena itu
Our
satu.
turret has been destroyed.
Orang mau
Ya, Johnsonnya dipasang juga ya.
Enggak mau kelakuan temen gue. Dia belibet ini.
Inhibitor
Nah,
turret
coy,
is under
apa
attack.
bersih.
Anjing bener-bener nggak berani keluar.
Nah, ini
The shore
Our
is
turret
never
has
as
been
far away.
destroyed.
Ini malah jadi jangan
Anjing. Bener-bener diincer gue dah.
Don't get lost.
Gue cuman maju 1 senti doang buat ngambil minion.
Our turret is under attack. Has been
set langsung
slain.
mati gue anjing. Bikin Athena aja dong, satu dong.
Our turret has been
Enggak, ntar bikin
destroyed.
rose gold.
Jangan terus gold Athena aja anjing. Orang ini yang sakit maginya.
Rose gold kan buat mage.
今夜は
Versi menyerangnya.
Unstable network. The enemy has slain Lord.
Oh iya. Sama 23 anjing magic defense-nya dulu.
Iya dia ada ininya, ada pasifnya Han. Masya Allah. Enggak, gue pokoknya udah nggak mau keluar lagi gue. Selama belum kelihatan
私に
Harley-nya.
加護を
Inhibitor turret is under attack.
Tun, tun, tun.
Been destroyed.
Masya Allah.
Base is under attack.
私に制圧
Inhibitor turret is under attack.
Ya Allah, ada Harley.
Yang satu. Enggak mau mati.
defeat.
Ya Allah. Long before we both thought the same thing.
Udahlah gue Harley aja.
ke bocahnya.
Di anjing.
Bingung berusaha sendiri gue anjing. Gue magic check dulu dong.
Siapa?
Gua.
Udahan berarti lu.
Iya.
Ya udah. Kok nggak mau keluar? Lah dia keluar Discord-nya, bukan keluar ML-nya. Apaan tuh? Siapa yang ngechat?
Mana?
LOL. Siapa Gintan? LOL.
Bukan O Johnson yang tadi.
Oh. Oh. Gatot
Your
lah,
team
Sen,
is
jangan
banning.
di ban. Ini dulu kamu show dulu biar nggak di ban.
Ya, Khalid sama Kove aja ya bandnya.
Kenapa?
Kove dipakai.
Please ban a hero.
Link apa Hayabusa ya? Oh, Link udah.
Udah terlalu Fanny.
Ban Fanny nggak sih dia?
Bisa udah nggak sakit.
Sakit. Kalau jago yang make mah.
Your team is
Ah
picking.
kan?
Untungnya Allah.
Gak tau di ban juga tapi ya.
Iya Longnya, aduh.
Tulang naik lang, Aurora mau nggak lang? Atau apa tuh?
As fleeting as a
The
snowflake's
enemy is
breath,
picking.
as timeless as a glacier's heart.
12 menit lagi Barca mau main.
Fight! Fight for the ultimate answer.
Aduh, jangan deh ada Hilda, jangan Suyo. Johnson. Udah anjing.
Let's play together.
Your team is picking.
Hilda ya.
Smack kamu kalau mau tuh. Jungle.
Aduh enggak deh. Hilda apaan ya?
Lu aja, Bane aja kalau ini.
Apa Joy aja ya?
Kalau nah stun-stunnya.
Atau enggak Nolan?
I'll show 'em
Tapi
true.
Nolan masih bisa ya. Lebih legend Joy sebetulnya sih bisa kabur-kabur.
Yours truly.
Coba.
I am the moonlight that breaks through the darkness.
Only light can drive out the
darkness.
Please pick a hero.
Atau Harley.
Susah itu tebel.
Enggak biar awal-awal masih bisa ngejungle aja. Alpha. Bisa kali ya Alpha ya.
I have prepared a different way of death for everyone.
Even the stronger failed to claim me.
Langsungin siapa sprint ya?
Bane lagi.
Gue nggak pakai season hunter.
Tahu udah. Nggak ngecek lagi.
Without the party.
Paketnya adalah liganya mah.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
Time to upgrade the system. Motion synchronization complete. What are you to me?
Aduh, nggak kena anjing. Makan dulu nih satu nih.
Kontekin aja Gilang kayak nggak ada.
Bener dia Discord.
Saber. A clumsy work in progress. Beta. Initiate tracking sequence.
Lompat aja dah.
Double kill.
Ini canggih. Udah dos.
Aduh,
Ah,
What is death?
tetap mengejar ya.
An enemy has been slain.
I fight where I am told.
hidup.
Target locked. Beta on the way.
Kelihatan lah lu datang kelihatan.
Operate the system.
An enemy has been slain.
Deh.
Critical half match.
Ada yang
Bawahnya.
udah kan? Ultat enggak?
Iya mau. Cuman bawahnya itu.
Si emas Alf. Oh,
Masih reset. Reset, bilang reset itu.
kalau pengingat yang ini kan?
Has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Oh, itu kan itu.
Motion synchronization
Itu lagi
complete.
tuh.
Siapa?
Iya.
Dalam tower nggak sih?
Iya.
No other way than the Alpha way. By a heart of steel and cold. What are you to me, Beta?
Ah.
Kamu masuk.
Initiate
Ya, masih. Ini nih ya.
Oh, duh.
Ya lo dong. Ya lo
Nggak
kok
bisa.
balik semua gitu.
Karat semua.
By a heart of steel and cold.
Contohnya badan.
your team destroyed the turret.
What are you?
Latihan lah.
Beta.
Aduh, tetap aja ada canggih. Ya, canggih.
Target locked. Beta. On the way.
Aduh. Mana sih Franco-nya?
I am the true model.
Itu dia kabur dia. Tengahnya lang. Munduran dong.
Our turret
Jangan dimajuin kayak gitu.
has been slain.
Turtle kan maunya mancing sini.
An ally has slain the turtle. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Nggak dapet gua sama sekali ya.
Aja. Masa dapat?
What are you to me? Beta.
Buka artinya di depan.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Kenapa tidak dapat kill?
Your team destroyed a turret.
Tuh.
What are you to me?
Silvananya mau yang jaga ini terus.
Nggak dapet lagi.
Silver. A clumsy work in turns.
Jangan ke bawah.
Beta. Initiate tracking sequence. I fight where I am told.
Keluar.
Launch attack.
Sabar lah, di setup dulu. Itu bawahnya harusnya clear cepet tadi.
Udah 4 di bawah.
Time to upgrade the system.
Malah balik.
Teleponnya belum loncat ya.
Absolute loyalty. The creator.
Ally has slain Lord.
Ada ya, aku ke bawah.
By a heart of steel and cold.
Slain. Our turret is under attack. Initiate retreat.
Aduh, jangan dong. Oke. Aku jangan yang bawah soalnya.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Dapat
Initiate
lagi.
retreat.
Absolute loyalty.
Your team
Tiga rata. Keren.
Initiate retreat.
What are you to me? Bingo. Synchronization complete. I fight where I am told. Beta. Initiate tracking sequence.
Keren.
Physically have Mac.
Gimana sih nih nggak bisa masuk apa?
Iya, Lord ya.
Iya harus pakai lot ya. Ini soalnya ada banyak. Dia tinggal ulti. Itu ngapain tuh cerita lah?
Model number.
Dirinya aja akan jelas.
Berapa tuh di tangan itu?
Bisa nggak nih?
Trapped.
Cuma bisa ya, coba. Iya harusnya bisa. Nggak usah pakai lot pun harusnya bisa.
I am not human.
Kalau beneran maju semua mah.
Return Lord.
Makanya malah ngelor. Kita lagi dulu.
Initiate retreat.
Takut nih ya. Oke, terus.
Tarik kayak buruan pengen nonton Barca nih.
A clumsy work in progress.
Habis narik tadi, habis narik. Ya. Berkah.
Recharge. Alpha standing by.
Request backup.
Mampus lu masuk tengah.
Okay.
Jebolin. Masuk lu.
Awas. Awas itu, aku nyari awas. Oh, ada. Taurnya masih banyak banget.
Nggak ada minionnya.
Nggak ada. Udah. Nggak ada minion. Nah.
Initiate retreat.
Iya dong. Nah.
Log.
Buset.
Victory.
Balik lagi.
Loh, MVP. Udah dulu nonton Barca. Kita ganti ke ini aja ya. Kita langganan dulu ya. Platinum. Perlu nggak sih Premier League? Beda berapa ribu sih? Mana sih harganya? Premier League 80.000. Ah, nggak dah. Ya kartu kredit. Salah. Promo.
Kayak gue deh, kayak gue.
Harus pakai BCA. Aduh, apa sih dana?
Kayak gue dari Discord bisa nggak?
Apa?
Kayak gue dari Discord.
Kick lu dari Discord. Lu pengen keluar cuman nggak bisa.
Iya, masa air kebagi setengah gitu aja?
Nggak bisa anjing. Gimana caranya ya? Lu keluar aja emang nggak bisa.
Nggak bisa bro.
Keluarin,
Oh, coba gua-
keluarin Discordnya ya. Anjing aneh banget. Minta dikeluarin dari Discord. Apa sih selain dana? Mana ada dana? 43. Kita isi dulu 40.000. Tuh, lu malah masuk ke yang lain lah itu mah. Lu beda channel doang itu lang. Payment confirmation. Lah kok belum sih? Belum bisa sih. Lah belum bayar, Cok. Kok belum juga sih? Nah,
This fellow was really quite clever in saying, well, we don't have a Nick in a De La Peña anymore. But he talked about the way in which he wanted the least passes to come from players with time and space. Kral had time and space there, but he struck it too long, which is why I think Manolo was so furious, because the opportunity for a goal-scoring chance was there.
Well done, Graham. Actually, he got really mad because of Kumbul. I don't know if it was Kumbul or Cabrera, the one.
lah kalau mau main.
The precedent has been set. It's Jofre Carreras who put it up for this game due to injury, who goes into the book. Carrera pulling back Alejandro Balde, who himself had just a brief spell in the Espanyol youth system. He and Dani Olmo have fleetingly that successful Espanyol.
Amat gambar udah hai. Buset, tiba-tiba gol. Apaan sih?
When he's in the team, the spaces he picks up, the play between the lines in this instance, the running beyond. But there's something really important with Lamine distributes, because he's a very left-footed player playing on the right. Normally what he has to do is come back onto his left. Look how he distributes this one. He doesn't need to cut. It's a first-time ball at the outside.
Oh, langsung ke depan ya, ternyata umpannya. Kira siapa sih nih? Apa sih gambarnya jelek banget. Nah, enggaknya.
With him, transfer to space, tucking that back, Ford with the delivery in, Lewandowski. All lanky limbs looking for the ball, and the Offside flag is raised in the far side.
Starternya siapa ini?
Just to go back to the
4-2-3-1 Olmo jadi KM.
last week, fed the ball on the right side of Wilfred's penalty area. He crashes the ball into the top right hand
Siapa
corner
ya?
of the Ukrainian
Kanannya
opponent's
Forte,
net.
Hector
On his
Forte.
right foot. Brilliant finish, Barcelona. It's right, it's genuinely his weaker foot. The fact that he can now, on the 17, look at both of those techniques as enormous weapons makes them such an exciting footballer.
Has been sensational over the last few months. And Lamine Yamal adds another assist to his name.
Did you know seeing the reaction of Barcelona? This was a spectacular for that position, of course, I think so far from Lamine Yamal, but Firmino and Gavic looking, grabbing their head, and reaching out that sensational pass.
Si gambarnya jelek banget dah.
Ideal start for Barca, just coming up to 15 minutes play. Lead the way. The derby's got fans single a little longer as well. It's Martinez.
Rafinha lari.
Apologizes.
Biasanya dioper. Inigo ke Rafinha.
He is the captain. De Castro gets it back onto the space for Pedri. Has an option on the overlap. He's got Olmo inside.
Wah, dikolongin. Dapat lagi. Shooting. Alah. Makaret.
I think what Carlos brought us there was a lovely piece of colour, because when you get kids like Gavi and Fermin, who themselves have done astonishing things, Gavi was for a short time the youngest Spain player, Fermin's a gold medal winner. They've trained a lot with them coming through the system, and they're holding their heads in astonishment. I think that little vignette told us a great deal about how extraordinary this fella is.
Sent over the Barca defence. Balde is challenging for it. Allegation is that Balde got the last touch on that, but the referee's assistant is otherwise disagreeing with Alvaro Tejero. Still have pushed a couple of players forward for this throw. Greg.
Duncan, Espanyol haven't beaten Barcelona in the league since 2009, so at 1-0 down, I'm not going to make a gigantic case that they're going to go on and win this, but during the week, Inigo Martinez gave a very detailed interview, and he talked about this offside line that you mentioned, and he said the guy I have to keep away, the guy who most often loses concentration is Alex Bartley. Okay, young fullback. Now, he didn't mention Koundé. Koundé was rested today. Fort is only having his second start of the season. He started that Alaves game that you mentioned when Koundé was disciplined for having been late. Now, I would imagine that Espanyol's tactics will be to try and catch Fort out as much as Balde.
Banget gambarnya.
Not the timing and the movement of Kubarsi
Siapa
and
di sini?
of Inigo Martinez, but the two young fullbacks are potentially the ones who might doze off, might leave a gap, and where
Waduh, Rafinha ngapain? Nggak mau balik lagi. Terbut. Gara-gara dia padahal. Aduh.
Close down on Prado, and Prado strikes that
Tipis,
wide.
bro.
He says they got a touch off the defender.
he did well because Prado initially was offside, and he stops, he checks his run, he holds back, he waits, and he sees that the ball might break to him. Where it is excellent is this moment where the contact could be firmer, it's slightly up his ankle rather than his boot. But threat, we've seen that Espanyol, even though they're outgunned, can cause threat.
Pena plays out. We've got 4 players missing for Espanyol today. Lozano, Carrera, Calero, and Edo Exposito. See that foul there. Barca with a longer injury list. Derek Garcia, it was revealed yesterday, would not form part of the squad. He is in attendance as expected though. Araujo, Ferran Torres, Christensen, alongside the long-term injury absentees Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Marc Bernal.
Mark Bernal.
Cut inside it from Romero, tries to deliver that over the top. Tejero makes contact but can't keep it in play.
So they fail Duncan, but they do make progress down Barcelona's right where Fort is. And again, without bigging Espanyol up too much, we've seen 2 or 3 examples of the way in which their coach was saying we see their weaknesses, and Kral pre-match was saying they leave space in behind.
Despite Espanyol struggling to overcome Barcelona in recent history, 2 of their last 3 La Liga meetings have finished level. We'll draw in the corresponding fixture during the 2022-2023 campaign. So a new look Espanyol went down to the Segunda División, got promoted by the playoffs last season with Guado, the hero, his brace in the final. So important for them to stay up. This ball's not gone. There's given. The referee has just shown the 1 yellow card so far. Approach the 20-minute mark. Caught with the infraction there. Joey held on to Jeffrey Carreras. Dani Olmo's goal, the difference between the two sides at the moment. We'll have another look at the goal.
No time for the Espanyol defence to reset. It's clearly the case that the run of Olmo isn't properly covered, that some of Manolo Gonzalez's men have got to sleep, but the cross and the finish are excellent.
Take it calm as you like. Like I said, he get a touch to it, but could not keep it out. Barca go forward again. Espanyol have won 3, drawn 1, lost 7 of their 11 La Liga games this term. 19 times. It's the joint 3rd worst defensive record in the division. That's up to 20 goals now, perhaps 21 in a moment if Romero had not intervened to get to the leading man. He's conceded the corner.
And the key man there was Olmo. He waited, he was between the lines, he was in space, and as soon as he was found, he fed the ball right. It was really clever. But the degree to which he is breaking the marking patterns of Espanyol is leading to a little bit of anarchy amongst the blue and whites and threat for Barcelona.
4 of the 19 goals conceded by Espanyol have come from corners. Here's Olmo.
Wait, nggak ketendang.
And here comes another break for Espanyol. It's a comeback earlier. Look at who it was. Lamine Yamal tracking back. Side eye there from Pedri to see what options were available to him. Dovsky plays back. Happy about that push in the back that he received. Gets another one for good measure.
But what he is happy with increasingly is playing deep here. He played for Borussia Dortmund. He's got 9 on his back, but often now under Flick, he's happy to take up position at number 10. So that either Rafinha
Lewat coy. Yamal. Waduh, mispom. Dia ngumpannya ke belakang ya malah.
They're still sending 2 players forward in order to give options when it goes upfield rather than just having to hold it up. Oracle seems to want his side to be able to break in numbers. They don't want that. They don't want Guado squeezed out by the 2 centre-backs, Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez.
Yeah, I think Guado showed that he's not a natural centre forward. He's got the pace. He's the right guy to run beyond. But when that ball was even beginning to come towards him, to drop back a couple of paces and make sure he was first to it. He didn't bring that.
One of the first teams that Javier Guado was on the books at. Saying more than one occasion he wouldn't return to the Blaugrana. So future destination unknown because he's still got a...
Wait, gol lagi. Rafinha emang sekali lari gol ya? Dari siapa tuh tadi yang umpan?
Too many touches, but that was quite a nice one. Super deft. And if you permit me to return to the theme, what's his position though?
Dia mepet sama Lewandowski gitu posisinya. Ya nggak ke marking ya, lepas satu deh kayaknya deh itu tadi. Coba ini kan kirinya padahal kosong banget tuh, Olmo-nya di situ, Rafinya di situ. Nah itu dia, Rafinya sama Lewa numpuk tapi jadi lepas, malah gol kan. Wah, Casado lagi emang ya, bener-bener dah. Passingnya juga bagus dia.
Would you agree with Venus potentially the best form of his career?
That indeed certainly is ahead of any goal scoring expectations.
7 gol La Liga Rafinya. Lewandowski 12 apa ya?
He's been asked to step up even before Ter Stegen was injured. He was named as the outfield captain, the one who can talk to the referees, the one who is in charge of organising this relatively young side. He's taken that on his shoulders and is contributing individually as well. Second goal of the game comes from Barca. It's 2-0 for them against Espanyol. And Carlos, the reaction on the bench.
Padahal pelatihnya Espanyol bilang kayak dia udah siap lawan Barca, udah nyiapin taktik. Udah 2 gol. Ini mah 3 plus gol lagi dong. Wah, bagus banget nih. Aduh. Uh.
Another corner here for Barca. It's Rafinha who's just fouled at the net once again. It takes it. Barca's second corner. Outswinger from the Brazilian. We've got the bodies down in the box.
Mana sih bola itu?
Buset.
Buset. Ah. Takut nggak tuh jadi kameramennya juga? Ditendang gitu bola.
Joffre was being outpaced by Casado. The breakaway looked really promising, but Casado was like, if this ball's coming in towards you, I'm going to beat you to it, I'm going to be there. Tremendous effort by the young Pivote.
Hilali throwing. Kroll was challenging for it on 2 occasions. It's come back out, and that one over the top of Quada. Rockies with his teammate. We're still going to play it down for
Wah,
Espanyol.
lanjut. Espanyol minta penalti.
Potential suitors feel very interested in acquiring his services.
Wah. Offside gak tuh? Gak offside lagi. Wah, dia beneran. Coba cek dulu ya. Kalau dia nggak offside, dia beneran siap tuh. Berarti beneran dipelajari gitu offside trap berarti. Offside gak sih? Offside. Tetap offside gak sih? Offside. Cek nggak sih? Offside kan? Tuh, iya dia bilang katanya udah latihan seminggu ini. Katanya dia bisa menangani offside trap Hansi Flick. Itu pakai VAR, cok. Offside. Masih percaya loh.
It was very tough. Once again, that Barca offside trap does its job, but it was very
Ya,
close.
laporan.
Cabrera sent that out. And in any case, it's a goal kick last touch there on Rafinha.
Could you take the point that you know, for the rules, for the scoreline, fight all but whether he's offside or off. But the fluency, the confidence, the directness of that play just gives Espanyol a little sniff about how to get back in this game now.
It is almost inconsequential by how much he was off, but it's the first time they've had a cross into the box from that position. The fact that he was advanced past that defensive line didn't make too much difference. He did have some space there and would have sent it in anyway had he been on and received it. He's going to give a bit of confidence. Hansi Flick said last week after the Clasico that
Setipis itu offside-nya.
doesn't mean
Jadi
anything if they continue
tadi
with the ball and
dari atas gitu kayak jauh dah perasaan.
it was all part of the plan. They were walking a tightrope there.
It doesn't make Flick's players panic. Total agreement. You played sport, Carlos has played, everybody watching has played some form of sport. When you get a glimpse, particularly when you're up against it, you think, yeah, look, that's how we do it. El Hilali's ball was gorgeous.
Chipper Carreras tries to tap that one down to Carlos Romero. It goes back to Wednesday.
Bagus.
On the move. Lamine Yamal will try and get some more pace onto it.
Bagus dikolongin, bro. Dani Olmo kelas banget ya.
Deeper position once again. He will sprint towards the area. Kral tries to keep with him. Lewandowski challenges, but Joan Garcia is able to catch by the penalty spot. Immediately distributes that upfield. Once again, Espanyol put two players forward. It's Pau Kubarsi who comes forward and takes it up the head.
Not everybody will remember that Portugal it was the sweeper and coach at Chelsea. He coined the phrase sexy football. That from me, Olmo in particular was sexy football. I don't think any of us know what it is.
Such a quick transition. Dani Olmo had time to dip into the bag of tricks as well. Pass it back on the ball, space in the middle for Rafinha.
Aduh, dapat passing lagi ke tengah. Dani Olmo lagi shooting. Las. Pertama kali starter hat-trick kah? Bakal hat-trick kah? Dua gol. 3-0 sekarang. Menit 30. Menit 30 3-0. 10 menit 1 gol. Gila nggak tuh?
Doesn't maybe ultimately get the message. Doesn't look happy not to be partaking in that festival.
Itu yang pengen main.
There's Rafinha cooking up. Valdez assist. He's going to get that. Just tell him about that. How much he practices after training. It was when he was at Leipzig that we had the conversation, and he said, "I go for muscle memory. The more you practice and set up drills." Shooting from the edge of the box. The more when you've got a split second in an actual game where it's chaos, it's hurly-burly all around you, the more you don't have to think. You just do. And I would say there's the evidence.
It is 3-0 to Barca, just the lightest of deflections from a powerful shot. It clips Cabrera, it goes past Joan Garcia. Barca make it 3-0, it's down.
5 gol loh dia.
Again. You mentioned that.
Ya, 5 gol ya.
Padahal
cedera, jarang starter, baru sekarang doang harusnya.
It's a little cocktail of brilliant ability in the majority of Flick's players, well trained so they're physically fit and therefore they're confident. But what if Flick say we're in a state of flow? They right now, including the game where they were taken apart by Osasuna, they bounced immediately back. They feel they can do nothing wrong. They feel untouchable.
Bagus. Overlap-nya.
Spin the Marseille turn from Lamine Yamal, and he was looking for a drag through nutmeg on Romero. He's having a torrid time at the moment defensively. we've seen this this season as well. When Barca get a handy lead, they become even more dangerous. Apart from sitting back, they're full of confidence. They turn on the trickery, and they find new ways to get past the opposition defence.
Bagus.
You used Pedri as an example.
Pedri juga
What's happened in the club? Way back
mainnya
at the
tenang
beginning of
banget
the
ya.
match, and what he said a couple of weeks into the season is, we feel stronger, we feel fitter, I feel stronger. Minute 70, we're still firing on all
Ya,
cylinders.
And astray from Rafinha as he tried to find Lewandowski through the middle.
Well, this is cheeky because maybe nothing happened, but Rafinha's press to create that third goal is the type of thing I imagine Flick and his assistants would have been delighted about.
That's for sure. That's thing, but we had a similar conversation with Pedri. So
cowok ya gitu kan.
the coaching staff talking process to Rafinha. That's something related to it.
Well, we have maybe another injury problem for Espanyol.
Waduh,
Balas
Beke jatuh.
in the area and it's time for a campfire sing-along. He goes down injured.
Megangin paha, hamstring kah?
Right now, Sergi Gomez is starting to warm up for Espanyol.
Played one senior game in the league with Barcelona, Sergi Gomez. Well, as we say, well, that went down. This allows us the opportunity to have a look at the goals.
Can we point out, because of the way that the graphic slowed things down, that's exactly what Barcelona do so
Kok dia selebrasi gitu loh, selebrasi Pedri.
And then they do it. Whereas Cupola, the Italian-born he's tried to play offside as almost beginning his run, but he's read it too late. He's reacted too late. He's doing the wrong thing. So nothing that he tries to impose in the situation is in any way going to catch Olmo out. This man who feels the back of his thigh there, goes down and hopefully can recover, was a really good vignette of exactly 180 degrees to the opposite of what Barcelona's elite Swiss timing back four do. Move as one, but move.
Oh, nggak jadi diganti backnya dia.
You move automatically.
Lanjut main.
Kabbalah has come back onto the field of play, switches the position with the other defender who was covering him. Takes back up that spot in the middle. Well, Gomez seems still warming up. May come on at half time, if not before. It's El Hilali. 3-0 to
There was recovering. There was recovering. Graham. So at least for a minute, I don't know why the cameras didn't put him, but Rafinha talking to Hansi Flick and Hansi Flick explaining something to Rafinha.
Interesting. Hilali is going to take a throw. Crowd battle for these ones. And when El Hilali has been upfield, there's a bit of a leap there from El Hilali. Just about anything goes in terms of throw-ins recently. And that's a cynical push in the back from Cabrera and Lewandowski. He's been pushed and pulled about in this first half. Boss will continue on the ball.
Anjing si Lewandowski jatuh, Lamine Yamal masih lanjut aja
He's
gocek-gocek.
still going. Finally, it's cut out as Carrera tries for the break across the halfway line for an option to his left in the form of Habib Buana. That means nobody in the centre to get across into. Kral finally arrives. It's played disappointingly behind Puado. Is the referee going to bring across Leandro Cabrera to have a word with him? Very cynical push on
Bagus,
Lewandowski.
Casado.
It's Rafinha, he's away. He's got Lewandowski with him. He's got Dani Olmo as
Oh,
well.
5 lawan 3, counter attack.
And Lamine Yamal are also going forward. Lewandowski, right
Wah, ketepis.
Garcia makes the save.
I think the ball can't be criticised simply because in the
Aduh,
end
di
it's
counter
shot
balik,
target.
bro.
His movement,
Aduh, siapa sih itu? Casado, kenapa tuh? Pincang-pincang gitu.
generous move from Lewandowski.
The strike close down comes as far as the number 12 Tejero. Swung over to the back
Bagus.
post.
Aduh, Casado jatuh. Apa nih?
Breathing down his neck was Hector Ford. sent that out, and that's Casado who's down. We should see what that's a result of.
Waduh, jangan cedera dong kalau Casado.
And Kumbala, it seems, is not going to be able to continue. Carlos, players warming up for both sides, or is it just for
Ketendang
Espanyol?
bola doang nggak sih?
Goes for Espanyol, Sergio Gomez, and in fact, he's wearing the magic jersey, and we're about to have the substitution. Sergio Gomez, the former Barca player, along with this Kumbala.
I think Casado is maybe suffering from tenderness, the high voice. I think
Knocking the Jacobs, it seems, for the Barca players, as Kumbala has a more serious condition. He's holding his hamstring. He is taken off, and Sergio Gomez comes on in his place.
Manolo Gonzalez, in the build-up to this match, talked about some of his injured players, particularly, again, I'm not making it, he said, I won't take risks.
His corner is swung in. Challenge for by Kral. Looks to have been hit a Barca player. It's Hector Fort, who was actually underneath Kral, still got his head to it, enough to send the ball out.
The point about that quote about Kumbola is that this game, frankly, has got, however much they work and fight, I don't think they're overturning this. Kumbola is able to walk off, they can protect him. It's the right thing not to keep pushing the Italian ball international.
Played short by Romero. Tries to get that cross in, and Casado
Gebok lagi dia. Casado.
Still closes down that attempt at a cross and catches one in the chest, which will knock the wind out of anybody.
Baru tadi kegebok, kesakitan dia di kaki, digebok lagi dia.
Casado with taking the breath out of him. He's still saying every swear word under the sun as he goes down. We often catch that in the stomach, flush from Romero.
We often say, I think it's a nice descriptive adjective, body's on the line, but it's been a very literal turn for Casado, who has been fantastic this season, because to make the beautiful things shine, people need to do the blue collar work where it's hard, in fact, to establish rewards for midfield, in fact, to win fall, in fact, to make sure that the other midfielders
Oh.
Casado does that hard, blue collar things, but rewarded extreme tops of class.
He's not trying to hit that on the drop, was having Guado couldn't find the net. Half chance Guado's hands, yet to test the goalkeeper, Iñaki Peña.
From my fourth year, absolutely strong taking a risk, but strong to make sure that there was no chance of clear goal.
Well, they tried to get onto the was telegraphed there. Pass from Diego Martinez, disappointing ball in for Espanyol, though. One time they had 4 players forward on the run, they were matching Barca. Now closing in on half-time here at the Olympic Stadium. It's Diego Martinez playing to Kubarasi. It's going smoothly so far for the Blaugrana. Daniel in particular is having a great first half. Lamine Yamal might have been essential as a Pedri. He goes all the way through. Lewandowski maybe would have been offside in any case. Just those quick passes once again causing problems for Espanyol. Romero just seems never too sure what he can do, because he has to watch for players going on the overlap. Lamine Yamal can play the pass so quickly, and just because it's on his left foot doesn't mean he's not going to swing one in. We've seen him have a couple of problems for the goals as well. This comes over the top. Inigo Martinez shepherds it out ahead of Alvaro Tejero. Garcia, the goalkeeper for Espanyol, not too much he could have done about those strikes. He's the goalkeeper who's made the most saves in the Liga coming into this match with 47. And of Hayden with 40. despite those saves, Espanyol still one of the sides with the most goals conceded. Up to 22 now, only Valladolid ahead of them in that dubious one with 23. By Fort. Minimal's moved into the middle to show for it is Martinez. Casado. Casado again receives that 1-2 from Rafinha, keeps on going to act as a decoy, creates some space in the middle. It's Olmo.
Olmo sih bisa di mana-mana banget ya. Aduh, miskom.
Watching the Fort. Sometimes you need to on Lamine Yamal. There's the space that's been left. It's in the spot direct to Dani Olmo.
Buset dah, gila banget Rafinha. Bola udah mau out masih dikejar.
Rafinha is going to go for one left-footed now, trying to find Olmo. It's neither he nor Corsi who got forward. By Pedri, we'll have maybe a little bit of stoppage time added on. Carlos can give us a confirmation of that when the board comes up. Extended amount with 6 minutes of additional time. Espanyol trying for the breakaway. They have had the ball in the net. Goal correctly disallowed for offside. The strike in the centre from Carreras. Lally was playing force in a legal position.
Wah, offside trap masih bagus. Offside.
Finally finds its way onto
Tutup. Bagus sektor for.
Successful. Picked up by Tejero. Mero wanted a crossing. Pedri does the blocking this time around.
Bagus sektor for juga. La Masia ini.
It's an opportunity should Flick choose to give De Jong a little bit more game time. Saw him sitting disconsolately, his legs covered in his anorak. You pointed out pre-match that he was wearing a different coloured bib to the other substitutes. I'd really like to know what you read into De Jong, whether he warms up at half-time, not whether he automatically is coming on or not, but why is it maybe, if there's anything you can read into De Jong's body language, is there maybe a slight injury concern about anything you can bring to us about De Jong over the next 5-6 minutes of this half, and then half-time would be very welcome.
Segala acara no look press.
Espanyol trying to release again. More space over
Offside nggak sih?
It's because the player was in an offside position. The foul was called.
Apa yang full?
Play is brought back by a referee.
Di mana ngertinya sih dia? Dia bilang ngerti. Offside trap. Biasa aja. Nggak gimana juga. Kena juga offside ini.
Joffre had a perfect run inside him. It just needed a reverse pass to free him. If it's going to be offside, then effectively you will be blamed. It doesn't matter. But look now, if that pass is released to Joffre, the chances increased in quality.
Must play out from the back again. It's the offside called against Espanyol.
They're between the Champions League and the Liga. Barcelona have caught their opponents offside over 100 times already this season.
It's a well-oiled machine at the back, particularly impressive, as you said, with this defence which doesn't have an abundance of experience. especially playing
Bagus
as
kontrol ya Balde ya.
Forte is one of those members
Alah,
that
gak ada yang,
it's given away for a corner by Carlos.
gak ada yang siap nyundul.
You pointed out his travails this afternoon. I feel sorry for him. Three catch one. A difficult weekend for Andy for the Leicester region too. He's a left midfielder and a creative left midfielder by trade. Fishing tough times.
Mix to do some marking of this corner. Dani Olmo tries to set himself free from Tejera as far as launched into the box. Again, Cabrera's making a nuisance of himself. Lewandowski tries to get in front of him with a strong step.
Balik nggak sih ini go? Offside-nya gimana ya? Offside-nya? Offside dong. Iya, masih kena offside-nya. Siap tai.
Chance to show some of his midfield capabilities. Unfortunately, he was in an offside position there.
You have to welcome the assistant who most assistants now let the play flow and then rely on VAR. They're told to let the action, when it's as clear as that, get the flag up, and that was a pleasant change to the trend.
An important play, Graham, here because the players that were set in the line, it was Pedri and Casado, not both of the center backs, so everybody in the team. That's the idea.
They know what to do, good spot.
Sometimes you even see players who are asking the referee's assistant, is this going to be called off? Is this going to be called off? They don't want to be putting in those extra
Pas. Mulai maruk nih bocah.
free kick is awarded this time to Barca. It's conceded by
Sampai full dulu baru dioper.
Bauza, who is playing today. It's his first start of the season for Espanyol. Baptism of fire for the youngster who did make some select appearances last season. Played in the Copa del Rey midweek as well.
Bagus Casado benar-benar.
The Liga start for him of this campaign.
Jangan sampai cedera sih dia.
Chance of the first half is upon us. Yes, Balde tries to go outside. Such a run, he will be given time to take the corner and little else. Rafinha to take this set piece. Coming from the Brazilian over to the edge of the 6-yard box. Fancy the ball, he might fancy a shot at some point as there was an infraction called, attacking foul, half time.
Habis. Babak pertama habis. Offside Barca 685 banding 1.
Dani Olmo has got on the score sheet twice. Lamine Yamal has put in a fantastic showing as well in this.
Kasih nafas dulu Espanyol ya, Espanyol aja. Pertandingannya.
Changes are made maybe for Barca with the Champions League in mind coming up in midweek. But the halftime score as we leave
Benar-benar jaminan 3 gol ke atas ya. Fashion apa nih? Create highlight video. Ini apa? Lah. Champions. Main One Piece dulu kali ya. Main One Piece nggak sih segame? One Piece. Apa deh nama aplikasi, lupa lagi. Mau aku buka dia. Kita harus download yang paling barunya dulu ya kalau One Piece ya.
only a handful of people in the world that are capable of driving an F50.
So full on.
It's mind-blowing.
These SailGP athletes really are functioning at the edge of human performance.
They are highly competitive animals. There's no confusion.
The greatest weapon that a SailGP driver has really is their brain.
Taktik offside gila lah mana aku. Itu UCL ketemu siapa lagi ya? UCL. Kita cek. Benar-benar tim apa lagi? Benar-benar juga.
Hey, this is the world's game. It's played here and here. It's for everyone. This is where the next generation creates football's future. To get you closer to the game, closer to the joy, closer together. La Liga EA Sports, transforming the game.
Udah mau mulai tapi udah masuk lagi tuh ya orang-orangannya. Baru habis.
We are overhead at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, where the derby is currently going in Barcelona's favour. 3-0 for them up against Espanyol. They are on course to move up to 33 points from 12 games played. And they maybe will be shifting their focus shortly to the game against Červená, the side known also as Red Star Belgrade. An away trip for them in the Champions League. They've actually got 3 consecutive away games coming up against that side, against Real Sociedad, against Celta Vigo, before they return here in the Champions League against Brest in just under a month's time. Well, in this game, they have put in a sensational performance so far. Everything has gone according to plan for Hansi Flick's men. Devastating in the final third with goals from Dani Olmo, Rafinha and Dani Olmo again, all before the 31-minute mark. There was Frankie de Jong and Fermin Lopez amongst those warming up. We did have a change for Espanyol with Kumbula having to go off and Sergi Gomez coming on to play against his former club. But Graham, it's going to be a hard way back in for Espanyol. Truth be told, it seems almost impossible. It's going to be fascinating, though, to see how Barcelona approach this second half.
Belum ya?
There we go with some Barca players warming up as well. Espanyol players out in those traditional pink warm-up strips. There are options available for Barca. Gerard Martin, Sergi Dominguez, Pau Victor, Koundé, Fati, Chesney, De Jong, Fermin, Gavi, Pablo Torre and Ander Astralaga, the third choice goalkeeper for Espanyol. Unuvar, the highly touted Turkish player, Peremia, Olivan, Velez, who scored a hat-trick in midweek in the Copa del Rey, Cardona, Almanza, Pacheco, Smith, Roca, Khedira and Fortunio. Players back out for this second period of play. Dani Olmo returns from the tunnel. Score of 2 goals in the first half that saw Lamine Yamal influential again. Instructions being given to Robert Lewandowski. He's so often the interpreter or the intermediary in terms of team tactics. Lewandowski yet to get off the mark in this game, but he is still Barca's top scorer, and he has been contributing in a slightly deeper role. And we do have Carlos Ponte pitchside. Carlos, players warming up at half-time. We said to keep a watch on Frenkie de Jong. He's amongst those who's been warming up.
Yes, we need to say that all the players on both benches for Barca and for Espanyol, they stayed during the halftime break to warm up. And we saw a certain conversation just a minute ago. It was about 20 seconds. Hansi Flick talking to Frenkie de Jong. And maybe that's going to be the first substitution of the match, Frenkie de Jong in the midfield line.
So Espanyol players are back out for part 2 of this game. Javi Puado hasn't had much joy in front of goal. Espanyol did have a goal correctly disallowed and have had some sporadic runs upfield trying to hit Barca on the counter. So just a minute or so away from the restart, but a positive showing, Graham, so far from Barca.
Did we see Velez? I thought amongst the Espanyol guys, I would have thought at least it's potentially time for him to come on. Andre Ter Stegen looking pretty mobile for a guy who's had a season-ending injury. And Barcelona have been 5-star. Duncan, I totally agree with you. They've been imposing. They've given their fans huge amount of fun, not just with the goals, but with the attitude and the flair. An enjoyable game for everybody except for Espanyol's beleaguered fans.
Well, it is Espanyol who got us underway with the second half. They're going from right to left in this second period of play with no changes made in the interval, although they did make that switch with Kumbula having to go off injured. Sergi Gomez on in his place for the unenviable task of facing this potent Barca attack. So just a rundown of the Barca lineup. Peña in goal. Backline Fort, Cubarsí, Martinez and Balde, with Pedri accompanying Casado, who's really put himself in the line of fire on several occasions. Lamine Yamal, Olmo and Rafinha supporting the lone striker Lewandowski, who, truth be told, has played a little further back. And it's no worse for it. He's been offering up a decent contribution as well. That's taken off the foot of Pedri. Here's Kral for Espanyol. Scoops one over. There's finally a little bit of space behind Balde now for a cut back to be delivered in. It was maybe the wrong choice, with Javi Puado waiting by the penalty spot, accompanied by Hector Fort. Again, it's that final ball that is letting Espanyol down. Now Pedri gets the chance to set off. Glides away from Bauzat. Cabrera tried for the interception. Put it into the path of
Rafinha
Olmo,
sih,
who thought he
tapi
was fouled.
operannya emang kadang
Did the fans in attendance here at the Olympic Stadium, and it's brought away
ngasal ya.
by Los Pericos. Espanyol side
Kadang bolanya
in the second half consists of Juan Garcia in goal, Romero Cabrera, Gomez and El Hilali. Bauzat as the intermediary, Carreras, Aguado, Kral and Tejero also in the midfield. And up top, Javi Puado, top goal scorer, but he's struggling in this one to get a shot on target. Now it's Kubarsi who plays across to Inigo Martinez. Pedri back to the centre-back. After keeping possession, Espanyol average possession is 42%. Barca's is some 64. Barca have had much more of the ball in this one though, and they've got it to Dani Olmo. He's on for a hat-trick. If he can line up a shot, Cabrera is able to... well, it's actually Romero who takes that away from him. Off his foot. Sends one upfield. We haven't seen Iñaki Peña have too many problems so far, but he was running a risk there with the attacker closing in on him.
But Duncan, there's a creeping tendency of Barcelona players thinking this is a festival and choosing their option rather than the team's option. And Olmo, man of the match though he's been so far, did the same when a slip ball to his right-hand side would put Lamine in, and Lamine was displeased with him. And I have to say that the 17-year-old was entirely in the right there.
And well, here in the bottom side, 5 Barca players are starting to warm up. In between one of those players, Frankie de Jong, that received a little ovation from the crowd.
Kubarsi. Again, it's a quick pass from him. He finds Rafinha. Lifted over towards the back post. Lewandowski will attack it, but so will the defender El Hilali. It's just so fast when it gets to the feet of Lamine Yamal.
And that's his brain too. Sees things quickly. He's a generous footballer, Duncan. I think people don't talk about it a lot because he's so spectacular. Predominantly, he's always coming up with the right option and then choosing it.
Hansi Flick screaming out at Danny. He will maybe make that pass next time. He attacks that ball at the near post. It goes through, doesn't quite find Lewandowski.
Oh.
And then he does try and set up a teammate. It's back out to Lamine Yamal, who tries to bend it around both Cabrera and the post and clears.
In your line of work and in mine and Carlos, Duncan, we've had to learn a lot more about physical fitness and player protection than we would like to have done. But I think given that almost been out with a difficult injury for such a period of time, and there are important games coming thick and fast with domestic trophies to play for and the Champions League as well, I wouldn't imagine Olmo's going to play for maybe, what would you estimate, more than an hour? And therefore, for people like Fermin, for De Jong, for Paulo Torre, there's a part of this game to be sliced out for themselves, and Carlos will tell us quickly when the Barca technical staff are choosing who's going to come on. But you'd have thought that there will be rests for Pedri and Olmo at some stage in the reasonably near future.
Ball knocked back into the Barca half. As it comes to Iñaki Peña, he's been relatively untroubled so far. That's maybe just what he needs. We've seen him concede relatively few goals, in fact, Iñaki Peña. That doesn't tell the whole story. He's looked a little bit unsteady when opposition teams have come on the attack. It is true, there's been a lot of disallowed goals that have gone past him. But Iñaki Peña, for the time being, chosen ahead of Wojciech Szczesny, who was signed as the emergency measure. And just wonder, with so many fixtures coming up, just how minutes will be distributed by Hansi Flick and what exactly his idea is. Taken away from Lewandowski's grasp. Espanyol will try and release Martinez and cut out that line. Carreras had the ball in the net in the first half with that disallowed goal. Also one of the players who picked up a yellow card in the opening period. Here's Kral, stays on side, can't get the shot in because Kubarsi slid across and comprehensively cleared that. Well, it looks as if he suffered for his art, Pau Kubarsi. Maybe a clash of shins as he went in for the robust challenge. Got all of the ball, and it's just the follow-through that catches the shin of Kral. As the corner into the middle, it's headed up by Lewandowski. Martinez tries to nod that on. Looked like maybe a handball, and it is given against Balde, who tried to sprint away from the scene of the crime. Free kick in a very useful spot for Los Pericos. Well, if you run fast enough, the referee can't see the number on your shirt, I suppose. But Balde, he was almost into the opposition half there.
I think he was moving so fast that the referee couldn't see that it didn't hit his arm in any way whatsoever. But Espanyol will take every crumb of comfort they can get.
Here we go with the free kick, being lined up by a couple of candidates. Amongst them, Alvaro Tejero. Carlos Romero, well, he deserves a break tonight. Let's see if he gets the opportunity to shoot. That one is sent just over the top. Iñaki Peña was flying across to try and meet it. It was Tejero's delivery. Got it over the wall, but also over the crossbar. Kouassi showing no ill effect of that collision with Krull just a few moments ago. Martinez plays the pass to him. Cuadro penalised. I mean, Cuadro, one of those strikers, he tends to go through purple patches of form. Very much the hero in the playoffs, but went on a long run from January almost through to the playoffs without a goal last season in the Segunda División.
I think he's slightly unfortunate that his main number 9 at the club is the youngster who's making his full La Liga debut is penalised and booked. Puado needs a centre forward that he can play off. Not quite sure whether that was necessarily a booking or not. This moment, the follow through, maybe. But he's not a centre forward himself. He's being asked to play as the main striker today because he's got pace and he, in theory, can get in behind the Barcelona line. And Feliz is such an inexperienced guy that you will see patches where Puado's not scoring as regularly as he might do, but he's definitely a talented footballer.
Well, no more Martin Brathwaite as a foil for him, but Brathwaite having a depart at the end of the season, no real out-and-out replacement brought in for him. We've got Lamine Yamal on the ball, and then we'll go to Carlos because there will be some activity on the sidelines. Krull just trying to break away. Ball is out of play. Carlos.
Yes, we're about to have a double substitution, and Barca, Fermin and Frankie de Jong about to come on. And there we see the board, the player that will come off of the pitch. The first one, it will be Marc Casado, and the second, it will be, as you said, because you know a lot about this, Graham, Dani Olmo.
Well, not a bad showing for Dani Olmo. 2 goals in the derby. Marc Casado was putting himself about as well, was blocking almost everything that came his way. And a double change that makes all the sense in the world.
I think in every possible way it's both positive in the amount of time that the Dutchman can be given, and he so needs to build up match resistance and sharpness. Positive for Fermin, who's been heroic since his debut under Xavi. His work rate, his quality, his goal scoring, his tackling. He's like a slightly advanced version of Casado, yet now because almost fit again, he's going to find his time reduced a little bit. And then there's Gavi coming along the line as well. So it's great for both of them to be getting an early chance in a derby where they can stamp their authority on the game. But the fact that you rest Casado and essentially...
Ball going to be taken on there, looking for it was Fermin Lopez.
You protect Olmo. These things are just smart decisions by Flick.
Foul is given against Barca there. Those substitutions made even before the hour mark. We were expecting them around about on 60 minutes. Hansi Flick brings that forward. It might just add a little bit of impetus as well to this Barca side.
Well, you must enjoy Fermin and how he plays, because he wants to be on the ball all the time, but he's just like we've seen Casado doing and Rafinha doing. When Barcelona don't have the ball, when he doesn't have the ball, he puts in such a shift to try and make it hard for the opposition to play, and coaches adore that.
Thrown for Espanyol, whose attacks have largely been counters. Here comes an opportunity maybe to square this across. Comes into the middle, and Espanyol have pulled a goal back. It's turned into the net by Tejero. Scrambling that across the line, and Espanyol have made it a 3-1. Maybe still time for a surprise as Los Pericos throw the cat amongst the pitches. It's Tejero with a goal of that cross in from the left.
Kral is so intelligent and think this might be onside, but not sure. Carlos, is there a VAR moment?
Yes, sir. Incredible, but yes, offside. And we're going to have to start researching. I think Barca have more disallowed goals this season than goals received.
That's a good stat. Look, again, I shouldn't make such a fuss about a goal that's offside, but Kral's intelligence is about holding and waiting and telling Joffre where he should go. And then Joffre's wait. Before delivering the ball in. All of them were good. Didn't count for anything.
Twice they've had the ball in the net, Espanyol. Twice it has been scrubbed for offside. They have to do it all over again. We see Lamine Yamal remonstrating with his teammates. And Carlos, we've got some substitutes who are out warming up for Espanyol. I'm not sure if you can see them from your position down pitch side.
Well, I'm a little cover. Thank you for the heads up, Duncan. But we can see that Justin is one of the players that is going to come on for Espanyol.
Ball flicked on. Doesn't reach Pedri as it's claimed by the visiting side. Of course, this a homecoming of sorts for them, but it has been 15 years since last played at Montjuic. Espanyol. It's their home for many a year before moving to the sensational RCDE Stadium. It's been taken away by Kral, played through the middle. What can Poirot do from here? He's being forced wide by Kubarsi, goes for goal.
Wow.
Iñaki Peña makes the block. Well, Kubarsi did everything right there. He didn't lunge in, he matched Poirot for pace.
Two key things though. Pedri, Dalian, missing the option of the correct pass, robbed of possession, and this keeper that I felt was under pressure and was flawed has made another very good one-on-one save.
Only the second chance on goal for Espanyol that is counted. Sit back out, Romero with a first-time touch. It's a slick one at that. That run through is unsuccessful though. No way through for Joffre Carreras.
So Justin Smith and Walid Chedira, the two players are going to come on for Espanyol.
It's going to be that double change shortly in the next pause in play. As Manolo Gonzalez might have one eye on the next fixtures. We'll be up against Valencia, then Girona, and Celta and Getafe in the game is coming up towards the beginning of December rather. He did advance in the Copa del Rey at the expense of San Terzo. Here's another look. Very tight offside call. Just by a whisker.
Kali ini dia udah sempat golin 2 tapi offside dua-duanya.
And here we can confirm the substitutions, guys. Alvaro Aguado and Bausa, the players are coming off. The players coming on. Walid Chedira, the 6th time that he comes off the bench this season. And Justin Smith, the Canadian, making his debut in La Liga tonight.
So maybe not the ideal circumstances for Justin Smith to be introduced, but the Canadian will get a half-hour cameo. 21 years old. Joined the B team this season. Has applied his trade in France predominantly. At Avranches last season. Has made 9 appearances for the B team, scoring 1 goal. And this a La Liga debut. Or the Canadian who steps in as part of that double substitution. Now out to the left-hand side for Barca. Balde tries to loop one over. It's too close to Juan Garcia. Carreras is with the outside of his boot. Romero over towards the back post, and that one is fired in
Gol
by
nih,
Javi
kecil gol
Puado.
lagi nih dia nih.
It's been coming, Duncan.
Espanyol this time around do make it 3-1. Well, there's a check of VAR maybe. Puado still celebrating.
Do you know that, or did you just guess?
Well, I saw the referee he's just listening in. You have to wonder, well, here seems he's on. They've finally beaten the Barca offside trap, which has been so effective in the last few games.
Two key things. That man Romero, who's given where he comes from, has had a tough weekend, and he's been playing up against Lamine. That ball is exquisite quality, and Puado is free, and Iñaki is exposed because Balde stops working. He doesn't simply lose concentration, he allows Puado to run away from him. The very man that Inigo Martinez was saying during the midweek, well, the guy in our back four who I most have to tell off about the offside trap is Balde. Well, we saw why.
Javi Puado with his 4th goal of the season. That ball over the top fails to find the attacker though for Espanyol. We'll go back to the second disallowed goal for Espanyol. Balde as well was the player who was trying to challenge to clear away and couldn't get to it in time. Perhaps a fault for that goal that did count, as Puado makes it 3-1. Makes things interesting for the final half hour here at the Olympic Stadium.
It does, Duncan. Let me feed an assist to Carlos. I've interviewed Hansi Flick this season, and I know that he's extremely meticulous about detail. He hates his players being profligate.
Well, here's a right-footed strike. Lewandowski putting Joan Garcia to the test.
The German coach obviously won't want this lead eroded, and he'll want to win, etc., etc., the obvious things. But he watches hawkishly players' behaviour, attitude, when they make mistakes, how well they concentrate. Carlos, look out for the German and what he says to his team now that they're being tested again a little bit.
Here comes a corner for the Blaugrana. It's going to be taken by Rafinha. That's the 7th such set piece. Bit of grappling going on in the area. It's delivered away by Kral. It's out to Alejandro Balde.
Padahal fansnya kalau babak 1-3-0 tuh selalu.
Lamine Yamal said he didn't want it just yet.
Babaknya tuh 3-0. Babak 2
Martinez.
Bisa kali.
Espanyol goal providing a bit of hope.
Regarding to Hansi Flick, he's not happy. He just went to sit down. Well, his body language saying that he's not happy at all. But before he just went to sit down, he had a conversation with Frankie de Jong. Maybe something he didn't like was about this position, the central position that Frankie de Jong is occupying at the moment.
Is Balde on the ball? What we've seen Hansi Flick in the dugout, right on the edge of his technical area, is Manolo Gonzalez. And who took Espanyol up back to the big time. One of several coaches last season. He was promoted from the B team. He gets his first experience at coaching in La Liga. Here's Lamine Yamal. Kubarasi. Pedri to Inigo Martinez. Firmino dropped back slightly to look for the ball. That's a sloppy pass from Fort that's intercepted.
Yeah, I think that's key, Duncan. There hasn't been massive changes in Espanyol's ideology, on a couple of substitute changes, but the structure is the same. The thing that's, look, there's the point I made. The thing that has changed is Barcelona for some time now have got sloppy and complacent. Right across. The theme of your commentary first half was quickness of brain, quickness of first touch, how they shifted the ball as if it was an ice hockey puck and Espanyol were caught with their pants down. It's not happening anymore.
Short ball to De Jong. Now into the centre with Inigo Martinez, setting off his Balde on the left. Lewandowski waits in the middle. This is Pedri. Lamine Yamal now has come all the way inside to show for it. Rafinha's gone over to the right. And he receives the ball. Scored a goal in the first half with that delicate touch over the top of Joan Garcia. Seeing as many of those balls through the middle from Barca in the second half. There's some trickery from Rafinha. Lamine Yamal, he sells the dummy, tries to cut towards goal. It was a soft shot after he sent Joffrey Carreras to the shops.
It's a trick they use often, particularly when Koundé is playing. They have Lamine on the right, they move Rafinha right across the pitch.
This ball comes through. Offside play stays down. There's a bit of a slalom run on his lonesome from the attacker. Doesn't quite work out. It's there who's just trying to find some space to get off the shot.
Well done, Inigo Martinez, though. Yeah, the overload I was talking about isn't quite the same when it's Fort, not Koundé, but often you'll see Koundé, Rafinha and Lamine all in a little tight pocket down the right-hand side, overloading the poor left-back of whoever they're facing.
Side to Frenkie de Jong. He's taken on the captain's armband since coming on. Firmino tries to turn. That one goes astray. Instead of finding Pedri, Barca fans and players felt it was due to a foul.
But
De Jong.
They're deranged, Duncan.
Nggak mau golin lagi apa ya?
Piece of communication between the two.
Lamine Yamal couldn't get past Kral.
Kayaknya nggak jelas udah.
Back to Joan Garcia. Over is left to Frenkie de Jong smarting. And Joffrey Carreras is down hurt as well.
Kena dengkulnya de Jong. Baru lihat. Begitu dia, si Rafinha kontrolnya.
That was the control from Rafinha that led to this shot. Not the best effort from Lamine Yamal. Tried to swerve it past the three defenders, sent it too close to Joan Garcia. Tadera trying to hold this up, and does so. Carreras showing no ill effects of that knock of knees with Frenkie de Jong. It's all about the control here. He's taken down by Tejero. Allows Espanyol to move quickly, but they sent that too close to Inigo Martinez.
Agak ngeri sih sebetulnya. Kalau tiba-tiba di comeback.
Still to play here. That goal has made things interesting.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it's on the edge, but there's tension. Definitely there's tension. And Barcelona's level has dropped.
And the referee wants to have a chat with El Hilali. Here's why. So push on Rafinha, almost inexplicably why he did it, but he did it all the same.
Equally for the referee, on what basis do you stop play there? It's not the ballet.
I did not seem too concerned about Leandro Cabrera giving a shove in the back to Lewandowski in the first half in front of him.
Which is significantly more hefty, right?
Here's Kubarsi. Hector Fort on the right. Gets past Carreras maybe a little too easily, but he didn't have anybody at the back post to find. He sends it over the head of Lewandowski.
Look at them, Duncan, they're roaring at each other, because when the ball went out of play, they were all walking across. And that 1 and 2 and then 3, the roar went up amongst the Barcelona players, tighten up, chase, close things down. And I wouldn't be surprised if the call came from the sidelines, waking up.
It's there again, trying to hold this up. Just a one-man stalling machine in the Espanyol attack when the ball comes up to him. Very strong, backing up onto the likes of Kubarsi. He's waiting in the middle again. He's partnering Guado up top, and he's actually ahead of Guado now, looking for that delivery in. Tries an improvised shot. He appeals for the penalty.
The assistant is bang in line with it, and he instantly puts his flag down to his right.
Nyaris kan kejebolan lagi kan?
He's saying it's a corner. Let's see if he's right or not.
Aduh, kena lagi tangannya persis.
Oh, his decision to make arm peg to the body. no arm to ball. Generally, the refereeing rules and how they interpret the laws have been that that's not a penalty, but boy, would it add to the tension if it was given.
Espanyol players in the referee's ear. Well, there's the instruction. No penalty, but it is a corner kick.
Wah, nggak penalti.
Espanyol yet to score from a corner this season. Send this one over, and they're not going to score from this one either. But looks like maybe not. They are.
Out nggak sih? Out.
It's Poirot, but it won't count. The ball had gone out of play.
Third time in the net. Each of the 3 times extremely well
Senang dia,
constructed
ngegolin.
and scored, but the ball was out.
And it was. The ball had gone completely out of play before Poirot was lining up that volley.
Nice technique, Duncan.
Oh, we saw him miss one in the first half from similar circumstances. He kept that one down. Sent it past Iñaki Peña. It's another warning to Barca that Espanyol and maybe seem to want this one more.
And attention, because the referee comes to the position of Manolo Gonzalez, and it will be a yellow card shown to Manolo. And by the way, in the Barca bench, there's some movement as Jules Koundé and Ansu Fati are going to come on, and there it is, the yellow card to Manolo.
It's great. Everybody who's ever been booked has been innocent.
Gonzalez animated on the sidelines.
Kena padahal tadi itu tangannya emang. Pun nggak tahu kenapa nggak.
Whatever he was appealing for there, obviously trying to say that either the goal was legal or a penalty should have been given. He was maybe carrying on his protests from the minute before, when the referee had decided not to give the spot kick against Pau Cubarsí.
And it will be just one substitution. It will be Koundé, as Hansi Flick just stopped the change of Ansu Fati.
Here's Pedri going on the turn. Rafinha inside. It's Fort. Knock on there. Lamine Yamal find an angle, tries to bring it towards the back post where Rafinha was waiting. He's still in play for Barca.
I think that was a goal-saving challenge from Gomez for Espanyol.
Lamine Yamal was lining up that shot, or trying to bring it across the back post. Off a move that continues with Rafinha. Now Lamine Yamal again. Mero trying to show him outside. He successfully blocks the left-footed cross. It's Fermin. Into the area for Lewandowski. Pass too short from him.
Pelan banget.
Put down the line, Chidera tries to
Wait.
run beyond Inigo
Bahaya.
Martinez.
Nggak kena nyundula Inigo.
Inigo Martinez must have been wondering just where Chidera was going. He didn't even challenge for the ball. He was waiting for a mistake to be made and to sprint in behind. Fermin on the right. So interesting that the double change was going to be made. And now is it with just Koundé to come on? Or back to Iñaki Peña.
Sekali counter gol,
It's such a hard life in the last couple of years to celebrate the week of his 22nd birthday. And I wonder why, exactly as you hinted there, I wonder why it was that he thought, yeah, answer, come on. No, not now.
He seemed to be all set to come on, but Hansi Flick, to misquote bad manner, says zip up Fati, get the tracksuit back on. Might be rested and might feature in the Champions League, where he has played this season. Could be the option there, but Koundé is going to come on, and Carlos, it looks as if Espanyol are going to make a couple of changes as well.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about Brian Olivan and Omar Sadiq. The players are going to come off for Espanyol. The first one will be Carlos Romero. And the second So it will be Unuvar, the player from Turkey, not Sadik, the player coming on for Espanyol, and the other player that will come off, it will be Omar El Hilali for Los Periquitos, and Héctor Forward, the player replaced by Football Club Barcelona.
Brian Olivan, another player who has a little bit of history with Barcelona. Played at youth level, but did leave at the age of 19 for Sporting Braga. Spent 12 years with the Blaugrana. Comes on to feature for the last 13 minutes. Here as this shot goes through the traffic all the way through to Joan Garcia.
Say something else about Olivan. He's got a nice distribution of the ball. If he's used as a wing-back rather than outright full-back, when he gets high up, he can definitely cause danger in Barcelona's box.
Sent over to the right-hand side. Trying to find Poirot here, and it's Koundé who stamps up the ball, knocks it out. Olivan Graham, just sometimes you get the feeling he comes on and you think, why doesn't he start every game? And then maybe he gets a start and isn't so effective.
There are players like that who, if you give them a little shot at a game with 35 minutes left, they go mad, they do things. And then people expect that to be the way they play for 90 minutes. It's a trifle unfair, but your description is accurate.
All play through, looking for the run from Lamine Yamal, too close to Joan Garcia. And we just saw, Carlos, a little bit more activity involving Ansu Fati, whether that was him being actually prepared again to come on or handed a bib to go and sit down.
Well, he was just putting the bid on again, and he's there with the substitutes. He's not with a friendly face. If we see his body language, we see the other players warming up at a high intensity, and he's just there standing and watching the game.
Down the left channel by Balde. Rafinha on the slide, was trying to feed Lewandowski.
Rafinha.
He's on a
Menit 80 sudah menang 3-1. Ada yang ngoper ke dia, cuman boleh jauhan, masih dia kejar, terus dia dapet, dia tendang corner, kena musuhnya, masih selebrasi loh dia, senang bisa dapetin corner, padahal udah menang 3-1. Passionnya nggak bisa diragukan lagi.
Drops out again to come back as an option for a pass. Koundé spreads out onto the right and receives this ball. Waits for Lamine Yamal. There's the pass back. Koundé decides to go down rather than continue the chase. That's a yellow card for Chidera.
Koundé.
They have such a connection. Koundé absolutely has always said he doesn't like playing right back, but his time spent playing as a duo with Lamine Yamal, he has loved.
Koundé is forward as well on the outskirts of the area alongside Frankie de Jong. It's Rafinha and Pedri who are the two candidates to take this free kick. Pedri delivers it in. It's too close to the defender. Allowed to go out for a throw into the final 10 minutes here at the Olympic Stadium. Barca 3-1 up against Espanyol. Brilliant first half performance from Barca. The second half has maybe seen an alarming dip from them. Balde goes onto the overlap there. Fermin plays to Pau Cubarsí. Koundé is pickpocketed by Unuvar. Now it's back with Fermin. Lamine Yamal, another swift pass from him to Rafinha. They've doubled up on the right-hand side again. This time not so successfully. That's allowed Espanyol some space on their right flank. Chidera once again is forward. Poirot's just slinked off to the left. And the Barca defence break that one down. Poirot chasing after the ball.
Udah nggak niat nyerang, Cok.
Another one down the line, a foot race for it. Chidera waits for the support to arrive, overhits that. They play to Inigo Martinez. Well, he was just waiting for any contact to go down. It was the easiest way out of that situation.
You're right, because the little touch pass to Pedri was there, but he absolutely knew that if he put the brakes on there, the likelihood was any naive opponent would knock him over. And a free kick better than restarting the play, he judged.
Ansu Fati, Gavi.
I'm also about to make the last couple of substitutions. Gavi, and it seems that
Ansu
now
Fati ganti Lamine Yamal. Atau enggak Lewandowski. Kayaknya Lewandowski sih. Gavi udah pasti ganti Pedri. Kenapa ya?
Because he was close to doing so a few moments ago.
Pedri sama Gavi main
He'll
bareng.
finally get his run out in this game, though, along with Gavi. Back to fitness. It's just over a year since he suffered that injury. His return has been one of the feel-good stories around Can Barca in the last few weeks. And we've seen just how highly respected and how influential he is on the squad, despite his young age. Is Kunde.
Bagus. Waduh.
Puts too much mustard on his shot.
Naik ya bolanya.
Was aiming for that top left corner but doesn't find it.
Wah, ganti Rafinya. Ansu Fati. Gavi pasti ganti Pedri.
The players are gonna come off. Rafinha and Pedri. Pedri right now receiving the ovation.
Selalu.
The players are gonna come on.
Selalu.
Gavi and Ansu Fati.
Says something about Gavi, guys, that it's now 3 full
Gak ada yang
years
mau nanya
since
apa
his first match
spesifik
against
kayak
Espanyol, including a full year lost to
ini
injury.
benar gak bisa ngeliat nih Gavi sama Pedri main bareng.
He's so much loved by the crowd and his teammates.
There was a standing ovation of him when he came on against Sevilla, finally ending and that spell on the sidelines. He comes on and
Ansu Fati, golin dah Ansu Fati.
with injuries. Ansu Fati, you have to feel for him. The original wonder kid of the last few years. Now back at Barca and with a point to prove. Just looking to get those minutes though. This ball comes over to the back post. That's a dangerous one that Barca maybe get away with. It was headed down by Khedira. He couldn't find Guado.
Dia dapat vibes buat balikin 3-1.
He's given that away to Kunde, and the referee finally brings play back with 5 minutes still to run.
Yeah, and it should be 3-2. The ball in is so nice. Look at the distribution, and here Khedira really just needs to change the orientation of his body a little bit so he can guide it towards goal. He's kind of facing away from goal. It's a maladroit attempt, but the opportunity was very good.
Here comes Ansu Fati. To go inside, now plays to Firmino, looks to be offside. He grazes the side netting anyway. So often with players like Ansu Fati, really the making of them is when they have their first injury. It affects you so much. You get used to players coming back from a cruciate tear or similar injuries. You think they're back to what they once were. You're never quite the same after such an injury. But having suffered that twice, Ansu Fati really has been so unfortunate.
But there were meniscus injuries, and the operations were poor. It was an injury which should have kept him out for 3 or 4 months, and he should have been back as normal.
This ball is played over the top. Might be squared here for Espanyol. Instead, it's a shot towards goal. Iñaki Peña just saves it comprehensively from Jofre Carreras.
I'll tell you this. Barcelona might get praise in the media from the fans for the first half, but they're going to get a rollicking. They're going to be told off by their German coach for lots of details about sloppiness, self-indulgence, a drop in intensity, irrespective of whether it's mental or physical tiredness. They've been doing lots of basic things which have been their identity this season, quite poorly in the second half, and particularly since Olmo went off.
Challenge comes in there from Kral on Fermin.
Sekarang si Yunus Jamesnya main di kiri.
Hansi Flick might pick his moment for the team talk. There will be a session ahead of the Champions League game, ahead of the trip abroad. You'd imagine they might be a little bit late out for that one.
I think they play home on Wednesday against Red Star, and what this German coach is used to doing now is he has a morning session on the day of every game.
Taken away by Koundé. What was known as the activation session. It's maybe a late run through a few tags, but just to
focus.
Focus might be what is needed based on what we've seen in the second half.
Yep.
Might not be lacking having received a rollicking from the German coach, though. Here comes Koundé.
Molongin mulu Lamine Yamal.
Pick the ball with him. There was an incident off the ball at the back post that the referee did see. Free kick given. We'll find out shortly how much stoppage time is added on.
Well, there's sympathy in my book for Kral. He's been by far, I think, Espanyol's best player. And what's more, as we look at a tiny shot from Lewandowski that was a little bit self-indulgent, he's been a fighter today.
All launched into danger. Iñaki Peña was out in the right place there to claim on the bounce away from Chedira. Espanyol have found the net in the second half when the game was perhaps beyond them. They will draw maybe a few positives from this, but they need the points. Of course, they maybe weren't expecting to win this one. They would have hoped to have sprung a surprise. They're just above the relegation zone in the Liga EA Sports. Some important games ahead. Here's Lewandowski, tries to flick that through. Goes down, was just a half-hearted appeal for a penalty. Juan Garcia plays out quickly.
Gak pelanggaran ya itu tadi ya, Fermin Lopez.
Offside flag is going to go up here. Maybe the earliest it's gone up against an Espanyol forward.
You've talked about Espanyol probably not expecting to win here, but two things have been proven. One, they were able to replicate the first 55 minutes of their performance at the Bernabeu, which was very, very good. And secondly, when Manolo Gonzalez said, we have a plan, we know how to get at Barcelona's weaknesses, he was right. They haven't done it quite well enough, but his players understood. His plan was good. His players understood. It's just the quality of execution that helps Barcelona come away from this match with an easier win than might have been the case.
Here's Koundé.
3 minutes of adding time.
So that trio of additional minutes. Maybe not enough time for Espanyol to get something from this game. It is enough time for us to remind you that there is the opportunity to help out those in need in that tragedy in Valencia caused by Storm Dana. The recovery effort still ongoing. QR code will be up on your screen. You can check out the Spanish Red Cross website as well. Every little help for that catastrophe that has hit Spain. You see the ball go out here. It's going to be another corner for Barca off for Ansu Fati's shot. Sergio Gomez has taken on the captain's armband against his former club. Just played the one time in La Liga for Barca.
And frankly, he's done quite well since he came on, including saving what looked like a sure goal when Lamine was free in the penalty area.
It's gone short by Lamine Yamal to Ansu Fati. It's De Jong, Gavi. Lamine Yamal pulls it down. There's to Koundé, it's set up here maybe for Gavi. Back again with Barca. Ansu Fati's in the middle. Lewandowski plays the short pass. Here's Balde. Lewandowski. All chipped over slightly too heavy by Frankie de Jong. Next game up for Barca is against Real Sociedad in the league. Espanyol will be up against Valencia on the 9th of November. A midweek fixture for them. We'll leave you almost right on the final whistle here from the Olympic Stadium. But just to sum up, Graham, Barca, another victory. They all count these 3 points. It keeps the momentum going, but things to be improved as well, based on what we've seen in the second half.
First half, they were absolutely sensational because Real Madrid don't play this weekend. They built a bigger gap psychologically. That does no harm at all. Second half, you've nailed it. They were sloppy, and they have dropped their standards.
There comes maybe one final opportunity. It's Ansu Fati,
gol nggak tapi
who slides the ball into the net, but the offside flag is up on the near side.
Padahal dia golin
It's going to be
tapi
disallowed.
offside.
Ansu Fati has denied his moment. He knew it as he strolled away. It might very well be the final kick of the game. It was on the flicker, and Ansu Fati had gone beyond the opposition defence. And with that, the Barcelona derby comes to an end. Football Club Barcelona win 3-1 against Espanyol.
Harus cok gol perdana di season ini.
Dani Olmo, the scorer of 2 of the goals, and he is named the man of the match. Rafinha got the other one for Barca. Espanyol pulling one back in the second half, playing for pride after the setbacks of the opening period. Goal scored by Javi Puaro just past the hour mark. Espanyol remain on 10 points. Barca move up to 33. Next up for them is a game in the Champions League against Red Star Belgrade. It comes up on Wednesday night. So we'll hear from a couple of the players involved in this contest. Most likely Dani Olmo will do the talking. For Espanyol, it's another defeat as they hover above the relegation zone. Their next game against Valencia, then Girona in another Catalan derby. Celta Vigo and Getafe games also on the horizon. No goal for Lewandowski today, can't continue that excellent scoring form. He will look to fill his boots in the Champions League in midweek. So we'll have a listen in to whoever our pitchside reporter has collared for the post-match interview. At the end of this game that has ended, Barca 3, Espanyol 1.
Hey, this is the world's game. It's played here and here. It's for everyone. This is where the next generation creates football's future. To get you closer to the game, closer to the joy, closer together. La Liga EA Sports, transforming the game.
Bisa yuk, six couple, aduh muluk-muluk lagi ya. Iya, Espanyol fansnya Dani Olmo, sponsor Dani. Iya, kepikiran gue. Tadi gue sempet mikir Dani apa? Sponsor Dani kayak nama orang. Olmo nama depannya Dani ya, lupa. Ngantuk. Kita sudahi saja.